we fucking go! You're listening to Bread and Circuses.
It's like the mob media, for one, is the entire world populated. Like, everybody's on Twitter. Fucking the UK is on Twitter. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
unfortunately.
With Caleb Salvatore.
Well, they can't. They can't go to the comedy shows because there's a 2-drink minimum, and you can't mix the Percocet you've been stealing from work with liquor.
And Nick Kohler.
There literally be people in the fucking 80s that didn't know that nutting in a girl would make her pregnant.
No one's asked that question. What did those families do to provoke Alex Jones like that?
You know what'll solve all of these racial police protests? A Pepsi.
Tell the troops right now it's time to bomb Moscow. Fun time and games are done.
oh my god, what the fuck is this? Russia's Gay featuring Toby Queef.
Mexico. Russia's gay.
What the
Everyone
fuck, man?
has AIDS, and they all got it from butt sex.
This is one of those dumbass,
It's
fucking,
Rucka Ali. What the fuck is up,
yeah.
friends? Welcome to Bread and Circuses. You did not hear our normal theme song. That's the song that's been playing on the streets of Ukraine right now. No, I am not kidding. That's actually what they're playing with Russian troops.
There's no way
occupied.
they're actually playing that. Is they like one guy with his phone holding?
There
it
were
up
like
in the-
there's several people talking about how people that lived on a street were making like a coordinated effort to play it when Russian troops were there.
How do the Russians even understand it?
They
speak
probably
English.
don't. Yeah, they probably. I just think it's fucking hilarious. But I mean, yeah, where it's Bread and Circuses. We're laughing as the world burns right now. So
It's Ukraine burns for
yeah,
sure.
well, just one.
Probably
person.
Moldova next, but
Yeah. Do you think he stops at Ukraine?
if he does, he's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Why not?
He's already got the Russian military all organized and everything for it.
It's far from a Cold War. This is very hot right now. Like,
Yeah, it's because like there's a ton of states over there that aren't. It's funny. I'm sure there's a ton of people that are getting like all this great geographical knowledge of like Eastern Europe now. They
yeah,
like, actually
myself
know
included.
where the Ukraine sits and stuff like that. They know where
Yeah.
Romania is now and Belarus and all that
Yep.
stuff. So
I mean, you've got experience to some degree with this kind of stuff. How do you see this ending?
how do I see this ending? Well, Ukraine is definitely going to fall probably in the next 2 weeks.
You think?
Definitely, dude. There's no fucking way the Ukrainian military can stand up to Russia, dude.
It was a
I
good
know-
effort.
I mean, good effort is like they're still going to lose, you know what I
Right.
mean, in a few weeks. Like I know they're already shelling Kiev right now. Like it blows my mind like how much Western propaganda there is on the internet about this shit.
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm just like, yeah, I get it. Russia's the fucking dickheads in this, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But it's like, imagine if like the internet was like this when we had invaded Iraq, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we were the same fucking
Right.
We're more of invaders for there because
We're currently mad at Russia for doing what we've done for decades.
we've literally done like 6 times in the past
Stirring-
20 years. Yeah.
Stirring up a false flag, making up lies about another country to give you an excuse to, like, we've literally done that for decades.
Well, also you
Like-
got to think too. Like, imagine and I'm not trying to sound like a Russian shill right now because
Me
I
neither. I
never
hate
condemn
Russia.
war.
Putin's a fucking piece of shit.
I just never will condemn war for anything, right? Or will never like support war, like to actively
No.
invade somewhere. But the thing is think of this: Ukraine is literally on Russia's doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Mexico just allied themselves with China,
Mhm.
and like, dude, everybody in the U.S. would be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like,
Right.
they would be seriously freaking out about that. So that's what it's like when Ukraine wants to join NATO.
Right.
It's like their NATO is the enemies of Russia. Like, you know what I mean?
And then imagine if China went and put missiles on Mexico's border, like we were trying to, like we would invade the next day. There wouldn't even be a question.
Was sending weapons and vehicles into the Mexican military and stuff like, you know what I mean? Which, like I said, is stuff that we have been doing to Ukraine.
Right. No.
And like, I mean, I know they have their BS fucking, no, the country is a Nazi government shit.
It's fake. Yeah.
It's just what they're telling the public, which,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's funny because like, why don't they just like be honest about what the fuck they're doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
right. Nobody believes them. None of them do.
Yeah.
No one there. They
Nobody
know
there
bullshit.
Well, I don't know, man. It's funny when you see like the Russian shills on the internet, dude. Like,
so I want to know. Speaking of Russian trolls on the internet, I really think there is this, and the only people I ever see talking about it are people with blue wave emojis in their Twitter username. There's this ongoing perception that conservatives love Putin. And I have never met a conservative that likes Putin. Like, I don't know anyone who's rooting, Republican, Democrat, Independent, that's rooting for Russia that likes Putin. No one likes him. Like, I don't.
Oh, just because I don't know where that comes from. Like,
that's like. I've been accused of being pro-Putin. I don't like Putin. He's a fucking piece of shit. I hope Ukraine wins. I don't think they are. I can dislike Putin and hope Ukraine wins while at the same time going, this is not our war to fight. We shouldn't send American kids to die for it.
I mean, here's the thing, though, man. Is like when Russia wins, we lose. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like this isn't some poor fucking third world country in the middle, in the middle of the Middle East. Like, this is a rival world power. When they gain, we lose, dude. Especially because they're getting kicked off of that global pay thing.
SWIFT.
Yeah, they're getting kicked off SWIFT.
Well,
what are they gonna do? They're gonna go fucking align with China, and them and China are gonna make like this whole half the world that has this global competing economy. You think that's good for us? It's not good for us.
China seems to be a little shifty on this, though. They seem like they don't really. They're like kind of waiting to see how this plays out, and they don't really want to align themselves. I mean, they're making money, so they don't want to fuck with their money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're making money off of this too, selling weapons to Ukraine. Like, it's not.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. No, I really think. I think. I would like to think that one of these oligarchs is going to be like, you know what? I've had it. We're going to fucking kill this guy, Putin.
No, they're not going to do that, man.
He's fucking with their money. The
very contrary. Seriously, man, very contrary to like Western propaganda. Like, people in Russia actually like Putin, man.
Really?
He has a pretty high support. Like,
I mean, that's
support
like
for their.
That's like Castro getting 100% of the vote. How much of his
I mean, it wasn't like, you know what I mean. It wasn't like that, but like. You just think like the entire country, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure in Russia they're getting fed that the entire country hates Joe Biden, you know what I mean? Which,
well,
as much as our circle jerks would like to say that's true, it's really not. You know what I mean? There are people that actually support him as president, so it's like
I can't understand why at this point.
I mean, yeah, Joe Biden has pretty much been like a pretty shit president.
He's the worst president in my lifetime, dude.
Dude, you know what's funny, man? Is like it's straight up. I know this because I was in the Middle East during this time. I'm like telling you, I'm like 95% sure that basically Trump made a deal with Russia to not have Russia invade Ukraine, and we pulled troops out of Syria. Like we said, we wouldn't attack Syria, like when they were doing that civil war over there, which miraculously nobody fucking remembers, which just happened like 3 years ago.
Because it was a false flag, because Assad wasn't actually killing his people. That was the media made that up.
Yeah, I mean, he might have, you know what I mean?
Not to the degree that they were accusing him of.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like if they took the Derek Chauvin thing and was like,
it
was like, dude, the U.S. government is just murdering their own people in the streets, dude. We gotta go fucking topple over the government. Like,
it wasn't.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't. Yeah, no, that's a good point. It wasn't the fucking like. It wasn't. chemical weapons to the extent they were making it. That was
yeah.
a
It
false
wasn't like
flag.
it wasn't like as crazy as like fucking Saddam Hussein's government like using
Right.
chemical weapons on the Kurds. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
Which even that was like they were fighting a Kurdish counterinsurgency. You know what I mean? So
what's funny is if you argued against, I mean, I remember that 4 or 5 years ago, if you argued against going to war with Syria, you were painted to be this horrible racist that wanted the Kurds to die. Well, guess what? We're out of Syria and the Kurds are still alive, and you haven't heard a goddamn word about it because it's all fucking pro-war
it's
propaganda.
not even really the Kurds, man, because it's
Right.
like the Kurds are kind of in Syria, but the Kurds are more of like in northern Iraq and like Turkey and stuff. Like, you know
A lot
what I
of
mean?
people from the Middle East aren't fans of the Kurds.
No, in fact, no. It's pretty much like the ethnic Arabs all fucking hate the Kurds, man.
Mhm.
It's imagine if like all the
They're like the
homeless-
Council Bluffs of the Middle East.
Well, imagine like all the homeless people in California and fucking Washington and Oregon. Were all just like, this is homelessville now, dude. And you know what? You're occupying our territory, and we're gonna fight an insurgency against you now.
Yeah. They kind of did that in Chaz.
Yeah, literally, dude. Yeah, exactly.
You know what happened? Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like people around there would probably be like, "Nah, fuck these dudes." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We like them because they're really pro-West, but
yeah,
it's all politics. It's politics over there.
So, how does this end? Does he hit the button? Do you think
he's not? You know what? When he says like consequences. At this point, I really do think that both sides just keep nukes to make sure the other side doesn't nuke.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think any side wants to be responsible for nuking anybody because, like, there's no defense against it. They know that if somebody launches nukes, the whole world ends.
It's over, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think anybody wants to be responsible for that. I think they just use it for deterrence. I think his consequences means he'll just invade a NATO country, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think they've been mustering their military for 8 years, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like logistically, they've been getting like in the armored units and stuff they're sending in Ukraine are like the fucking B squad too, dude. They're sending in like Soviet era BMPs, which are like the troop carriers, and the T-72s, which are like the Soviet era tanks, like the shit ones.
And that, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, Putin wouldn't have staged this unless he was ready to go to war with all of Western Europe. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing is, I mean, because they had a higher death toll in like 3 days than the U.S. did in Iraq. But you have to look at the strategy, and people were celebrating that. And I'm like, you take what kind of victories you can get.
I'll say this: it's like, dude, the Ukraine army is way better prepared. Is way much more of an army than the Iraqi army, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the Iraqi army, we fucking
they were a joke.
Yeah, dude. Like the reason we were able to wipe out all their armor was because they didn't have any anti-air weapons like Stingers or anything.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we have supplied so many anti-vehicle weapons to Ukraine for like the past 8 years. Like
Ukraine put up a hell of a fight for sure.
I mean, they just like that's like the key to it, man. Is like imagine if Iraqi soldiers would have had Stingers to shoot down our fucking gunships that were blowing the hell out of their tanks, man.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been a completely different war in the 2 weeks.
Well, so everyone was super, like Ukraine, they killed like 4,500 Russian troops and everyone. And I'm like, I understand you're fighting an insurgency. You have to take the wins you can. But I'm like, guys,
it's not even an insurgency. It's like an actual hot war right now.
It's a legit war.
It might be an insurgency after they take over, which is probably be something that we'll be supporting.
Right.
We'll be supplying it,
But I'm just like, guys, like, yeah, that's great. But if you really think they sent out the full send on the first wave, I got a bridge to sell you.
It still took us like 2 weeks to top. It took us a couple months to take Baghdad. Like, this is fucking 5-6 days into the invasion, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be a little bit. I think Zelensky's a dead man walking. Unfortunately,
I don't think they're gonna execute him. I mean,
you don't think so? It depends what Putin wants to do. If he just wants to be a bully and show force, I mean, this guy's been the media darling all for the last week. Oh,
the
he's
Western media, darling.
Yeah, the Western media, darling.
I highly doubt that the fucking Eastern media is like painting him to be a good guy. They think he's a Nazi, man.
But imagine how you could flex your arm if this guy who's been the face of the fucking Western media propaganda, and whether he's doing it or not, it might just be a Photoshop. He's a fucking politician or a photo op. He's a politician.
To the East. Yeah, well, basically to the East right now, he's the face of Western aggression against like the East.
Right. So what I mean, if you really wanted to send a message to the West, hey, we're not here to fuck around and we're gonna keep going until you dare to stop us, you'd blow his brains out on national TV. I mean, if that's really what they wanted to do.
I don't know, man, because that's also like a war crime. So
they bombed the cancer ward. They're way past the point of war crimes.
We fucking drone striked hospitals too.
We commit lots of war crimes.
That's
but
what I'm saying. I'm not like it's not our intent to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it's not like it's not like World War II where they're just lining up civilians in fields on both sides and shooting them in the back of the head. You know what I mean? Like almost everybody was doing that in World War II.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of the Russian troops there. They try to not act like dickheads from what I've seen.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean.
Well, they're like having interactions with people in the streets.
Yeah, the civilians are doing the same thing that they would do, like the Afghanis and Iraqis did to us. You know what I mean, calling us invaders and throwing rocks and shit. I mean, how you would think the Western media was making it seem was like the Russian troops were just hosing civilians down in the streets, which is not happening.
No,
you know
it's not
I mean?
happening. No.
They think of Ukraine as their own people, like you know what I mean. It's like this isn't anything that we can fucking comprehend because we've never fought a war like in the past 200 years.
It would almost be like I guess the closest thing would, correct me if I'm wrong, but if like we invaded Canada,
you know what it would be like? It would be like if the United States broke apart, right?
Yeah.
And New England, some government came and propped up some other state in like the New England region, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? All those. And then fucking 40, you know what I mean? Like 30 years later, we are all unified except that fucking New England who's still propped up by this foreign power. And we were like, you're going to be a part of it. And everybody was like, yo, or at least a bunch of people were like, yo, we want you to be a part of us again. And they're like, nah, man, we're part of Great Britain, bro. Like it's fucking British Empire too. You know what I mean? We'd be like, nah, fuck you. And we'd like invade them and try to get that government out of power. Yeah. That's basically what it's like for them. You know
it's interesting you say that because I was talking to Scott Zimmerman the other day. We were at a car ride. We were going to do something together. But I was telling him, I stand by this. I do not believe the United States in its current state will exist to the degree it does right now in 50 years.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man. We're kind of a declining power. I don't think it'll be Mad Max. I want to make myself clear. It's not going to be fucking Fallout, but I think that you're going to see regions break off and become their own. I really do. I think the US is the only way this ends. I think the US will just lose all of its global or a lot of its global puppet states like the Philippines,
which is fine.
A bunch of countries in the South America. You know, dude, like if you looked at a map of the US, like a map of the Roman Empire where you just showed all of our puppet states as part of America, you know what I mean? America controls a ton of the fucking world. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think we're like the head of the military alliance in all of Western Europe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We basically have territories all over Africa. We have fucking all these South American and Central American countries that are basically our puppet states.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We have all these Southeastern countries too, like the Philippines, Manila, all that shit, the fucking Guam, all those that we basically took over from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, that's humongous. That's a humongous empire.
That's part of why the Roman Empire fell was they were just too big. You can't fucking manage all those assets, man. You just can't. Like we were talking the other day. I'm teaching Mia how to play Civilization. Like, you know, in Civilization, you build, like, you try and go put some city way the fuck out. It grows super slow. It gets attacked. It becomes it becomes more it costs more than it's worth to defend it and keep it running. It's just that's how it is in real. I hate to compare it to a video game and trivialize it like that, but that's what it's like in real life, you know? Like there's
because like we don't, I mean, think of it. Like, how long did we have troops in South Korea? You know what I mean? Like, how long did we have? We still have troops in Africa. I think pretty sure we still have troops in Korea. We have troops
in South Korea.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my friends was just about to go out there.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, dude, that's the entire other part of the world, and we do that to keep units there in case China decides to.
China or North Korea,
yeah, exactly. Which North Korea is just a Chinese puppet state.
So, yeah. Everyone's got puppet states. Syria is a Russian puppet state. Like you said, North Korea is a Chinese puppet state.
Now Afghanistan, the Taliban is basically a Chinese puppet state. We'll see how much they can keep them in control, but
they came out and were like, "Hey, we need peace." That's how you know when the Taliban's like, guys, let's take a break here.
I mean, I've said it on the show plenty of times, man. The Taliban is just Afghani freedom fighters. That's all that's really all they were. Like,
they've actually got some interest in this, because if a nuke were to go off in Ukraine, guess who's right in the fucking fallout zone for that? They don't want to be involved in this shit.
Afghanistan's pretty far away from Ukraine, man.
I guess it'd have to be a big nuke, but
I would it's like you gotta think like here's Ukraine, then you got like the Middle East, which is like over here, and then you have Iran, and then you have Afghanistan over here. So
I guess, I need to see the map in front of me. This is my Gary Johnson. What is Aleppo?
Yeah, what Aleppo? What is that? What is Aleppo?
What is Aleppo?
Yeah, basically, dude.
What's funny is
dude, the average fucking person does not need to know geography in those areas.
The Middle East.
You know what I mean?
Now, if you're running for president, you probably should know it. But I did think it was funny to see all these people, like when that happened, that what is Aleppo thing. Like, I thought it was funny to see all these people I knew dunking on him. And I'm like, I know for a goddamn fact you had to fucking Google Aleppo.
They don't know where Syria. They can't even point where Syria is on the fucking map. You know,
they may have heard it in like a news story, but I guarantee they had to Google Aleppo before they tweeted, "Look at this moron." Like, now, if there's a different, again, his job is to run. People they're like working like an accounting firm were dunking on him. That's not their job, right? You don't have to know that. You're running for president. Yes, you need to know where the hotbed of Syria is.
Probably should be able to name like 98% of the countries. If you're the president of the fucking United States of America, you should be able to point to any country on the map and be like, "That's that country."
Capital cities and that are fucking hotbeds for international conflict. Yeah, you should probably know where that's at.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I'll be the first one to admit that I wouldn't know where those places
You're not running for president.
Well, I wouldn't know what those places were if I wasn't in the fucking military.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like didn't have to know stuff that was going on for those areas. You know what I mean?
It's not relevant to your daily life otherwise. I mean, think about a human being. There's 24 hours in a day. Most of us sleep like 5, 6, or 7 of them, depending on whatever you got going on the next day. You only have so much. At least 8 of those hours are spent at work. You only have so much time to retain information that's relevant to you. And if something pops up that, like, the capital of Kurdistan or whatever, if that's even a country anymore. If you hear that,
Kurdistan is not a country.
Okay, the capital of Pakistan.
There you go.
If that pops up, you're not going to remember it. It's not relevant to your life. It's not something you need.
You're right now explaining one of the faults of democracy, dude.
Oh, there's plenty of faults of democracy. Unfortunately, there's not much better.
Unfortunately, it's like I will always tell people this. It's like, bro, if you're gonna vote in like federal elections like that, you should probably you kind of have a civil duty to like understand some like real basic shit. You know what I mean? Like when there's a fucking civil war that we're trying to start that could lead into a possible proxy war with Russia, you should know where that is because the president that you're voting for, you know what I mean? Like that fucking administration that you're voting for is like aggressively pushing for that. At the time in 2016, you should probably be aware of that. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna vote this fucking government and like this administration into power, and then you're sending, you know what I mean, like people to go fight the Russians like over some Syrian, like you know what I mean? Like you should know that.
The State of the Union is tonight.
Yeah, it's going on. I know all the news stations right now are doing their pre-coverage. I don't know when it actually starts, but
it's I've seen the State of the Union and Idiocracy, so I know how this is going to go. I don't need to see it again.
We will not stand by for aggression. We will not be doing anything. We will sanction them.
It's not good right now, man. He talks like a fucking like 70s rocker that's just fried his brain on drugs.
Unfortunately, man, the thing that just kind of is like sucks about everything is like the current administration is basically got themselves into a corner.
Dude, they have.
Where they don't have any fucking swing against Russia, dude. They don't give a fuck if the fucking Western
they don't care about sanctions.
Sanction them.
No,
they'll just go to China, dude.
Well,
China is a huge emerging economy, dude. They don't give a fuck about us.
And everyone crucified Trump for saying this, and he wasn't saying he was on Putin's side. He said it was a good move because the Biden administration fucking botched this. It was a smart move. You could acknowledge that someone did something smart or made from their vantage point the right choice and be like, this was the wrong, like this guy's still evil.
Yeah, we've said it plenty of times on air that the only good thing about the Trump administration was his foreign policy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. America was actually, well, I mean, like America was
partially why
America was swinging around their fucking dick and telling countries, you know what I mean, telling like NATO, like Europe, you guys better fucking spend some money on NATO because we're not going to anymore.
We're not going to fund it anymore. Well,
and then they were,
And people forget that Trump basically negotiated World War III off the table 3 different times.
Yeah, dude, he fucking shit posted on Twitter the the Korean War to officially end, dude.
North Korea, Syria, and Taiwan. I mean, Hong Kong. Trump basically shit posted our way out of those 3 things. And here's what it is, man. Guy was fucking nuts, right? Everyone agrees. You love Trump or hate him or in between.
I don't think he was. I think that you have to like the layman's terms. I don't think he was nuts. I think he was just a dickhead. You know what I mean? Like he knew what he was doing. He was all there. He's just was being a dickhead. You know,
not nuts. Okay, so unpredictable. Unpredictable. And that was his advantage. He told, and I read this in an article the other day. He told Xi, if you invade Taiwan, I will bomb Beijing. And he told Putin that if you invade Ukraine, I will bomb Moscow. Straight up, you're going to do a military operation. I'm going to cause civilian casualties day one. That's what we're going to do. And they thought, you know what? This might be a bluff, but this dude isn't a politician. This isn't fucking George Bush or Obama I'm dealing with. This guy might actually fucking do it.
Well, I mean, I think when it came to Russia, like it's clear that the past administrations did not want to negotiate at all, right? They were totally and like, dude, Putin didn't fucking respect the Obama administration at all, dude,
or Bush for that matter.
I don't know about Bush because I don't remember them having a whole lot of interactions with each other. Like
it was limited. Bush was more. That was more. I guess you're right. That was more like the Taliban type stuff. They were more focused on that. They were actually kind of teaming up there. Because they both hated Afghanistan because because
the country that was responsible for the Soviet Union fucking collapse. I mean, we were kind of too, but I don't know. It seemed like back then Russia was still kind of trying to get their shit together. I remember in 2008 was like the first big thing that the Russian Federation did, where they invaded Georgia. Like that was kind of, and I mean by then Bush was out.
Crimea. And then Crimea.
Then they had Crimea. Yeah, that was like in 2014, 13.
Yeah.
Then so like the Obama administration was basically in power the whole time, and they were kind of flexing.
I mean, dude, all I'm saying is there's a reason nothing happened for 4 years. So here, this is even better. I think Steven Crowder was actually the one making this point. There, like you said, they flexed for 8 years straight under Obama. 4 years under Trump, nothing happens. Soon as he leaves office, they invade Ukraine. This isn't a coincidence.
It's because that administration was actually negotiating. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, we pulled our warships out of Syria and we're like, hey, we'll stop trying to topple over this Assad government. Don't invade the Ukraine. You know what I mean? And like that has power. You know what I mean?
And dude, Trump got so much shit. He's a Russian asset. No, guys, he's not a Russian asset. He wants to have at least cordial relations with a nuclear superpower. Like, that's a good thing. I'm sorry. Not everything Trump
in the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not everything Trump did was bad. Yes, it is a good thing. We don't have to be best friends with them and approve of everything they do, but it's probably a good thing that we have at least cordial, friendly relationship with someone that could blow up the whole fucking world. That's all I'm saying. And he was called a Russian asset for that because He wasn't in the establishment. He didn't. That doesn't keep the military-industrial complex dollars flowing. I mean, that's all there is to it.
You can clearly tell by like how crazy all this propaganda is going. That the Western powers did not like Russia, and all these media conglomerates are all basically the same fucking entity.
Yeah.
So as soon, you know what I mean, as soon as Russia's doing anything. They're you know what I mean? Like, do you see this much stuff going on about like Chinese fucking concentration camps?
Not anymore, no. Which
no,
do
you don't
exist.
Really see it at all.
Do exist. But
there's fucking satellite imagery evidence of it, or like proof of it. It's
COVID's gone now. COVID's not a thing.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Did they ever press at all with anything that China was misdoing when it came to COVID?
Nope.
No, nothing, dude, because they don't fucking give a shit about China. They give a shit about Russia because it's just this big Western fucking cesspool. Yeah, dude.
And exactly. I'll tell you, man. So they canceled all flights to and from Russia today. So if you're a U.S. citizen, best of luck to you.
If you're a U.S. citizen, just fly to China and then fly to Russia.
India, depending on where you're. But yeah, so they canceled that. Eric Swalwell, sitting congressman, said on TV that all universities should expel all Russian students and send them back to Russia. And I'm like, guys, like, I get that Putin's a scumbag and the Russian military's acting terribly and all that. I understand that, but these people are not the ones doing that, right? Like, imagine if he said that about Chinese students? We need to kick all Chinese students out of American colleges and ship them back to China. He'd be out of office tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, it's racist, and we are getting very cool. Not there yet, but we are getting close to treating Russians like we treated the Japanese during World War II, which also was not okay. Like it'll get swept under the rug because they're white immigrants and they're not. But it's such a double standard.
Slavs are like different kind of white people, man.
Yeah, I mean it's Slavs, Italians, Irish. They're dirty whites. That's what I call them. But
the Slavs are like all of Western Europe. It kind of treats them like they're different, man. Like,
yeah, dirty whites. Yeah. It's but yeah. So I mean, we're just Eric Swalwell is also the one who famously on Twitter, when someone said that they needed an AR-15 to protect themselves from the government, said, well, the government has nukes and they'd blow you up. I'm like, well,
that guy.
Yeah, Representative Nukem. I mean, what an idiotic. Of course, they're not just going to nuke their own people. Like, that's like, what a stupid retarded thing to say.
Yeah.
Like, that guy he wanted to be president. He ran for president 2 years or a year ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, what a moron.
What a dumb fuck, man.
All right. Should we get lighter and do the dipshit of the week?
Yes.
Okay. I need to take my mind off the whole end of the world thing here. We got some good ones this week. Let me get them pulled up here. Man, we've got some real hold on.
God damn it. It's so fucking insane, like how much anti-Russia propaganda there is on the fucking news right now.
Dude, Reddit is out of control right now.
God, I don't even want to go on Reddit, man. You'd probably be going on to like fucking vitamins pages and there's shit that they're posting about. Like, don't get vitamins from Russia. Blah.
Reddit might as well just be Ukraine.com. And again, like I said, I hope Ukraine wins. I truly want them to win. I don't want to see anyone live under a foreign occupation. I don't, including people that we're occupying. I want them to win. But like the Ghost of Kiev, which turned out to be fake, the Snake Island thing, which
that's what I'm saying, man. Dude, I'm telling you, man. All this shit has been propaganda.
Yeah. Like it's just all it's all fake. You know, like the little old lady that supposedly went up and gave those soldiers, the Russian soldiers, sunflower seeds and said, I want you to take these or I want you to put these in your pockets so when you die, flowers will grow on Ukrainian ground. I'm like, maybe she did say that, maybe she didn't. But if they're really these monsters that you're trying to make them out to be, they would have shot her for saying that.
Yeah.
You know, like
if they were war crime committing dickheads, they would have just fucking looked at each other, laughed, and then shot her in the fucking chest.
There's propaganda because the mainstream corporate media in this country wants a war because it fuels their fucking corporate sponsors at the military-industrial complex. It's not rocket science, you know. Yeah. They're pumping the war drums because that's what makes the money. Unfortunately,
their unofficial state media. That's just doing, you know what I mean, just doing their thing.
And it's like,
propaganda.
Russia's not the good guy. But they're also not the boogeyman behind every corner. You know,
they're just a rival. They're a rival state.
That's always what it's going to be. Yep, that's always what it's going to be. Well, we have got some morons this week on TikTok dipshit of the week.
Oh, I'm sure we do.
We have got some idiots, and it's nothing. I found these all before Russia started World War III, so nothing to do with that. This will the first half hour. If that was too much for you, I know everything's been Russia, but we'd be dumb not to talk about it.
It's kind of like a big deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I understand there's exhaustion, just like there was COVID exhaustion, but that's what's going. Nuclear war is kind of a big deal, so we're going to talk about it. But like you said, we are going to make things lighter, and we are going to get rid of the Russia fatigue here, and we're going to start it off with the TikTok dipshit of the week. Let me see, who's the first one?
Was it voting day in Nebraska too today?
Was it? I sure hope not. No, that's not till May.
May. They voted for the primaries today in Texas. That's what.
Yeah, that's what. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think we're till May. I don't think. So this first one is from. You see my screen? Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Undefeatable 5. This is our first contestant of 3.
Undefeatable.
This is in Wyoming.
It's kids
These
shooting.
are 5th and 6th graders, and this is their PE class. This isn't an after-school program. This is during school hours. Let's ban books about history, the Holocaust, slavery in the U.S., all these other things because it might make them uncomfortable, but let's give them guns.
Okay.
Nice gamer chair, bro.
Yeah, I know he's got a sick gamer chair, but Walmart flannel.
He's a gamer, dude.
Yeah. Okay, who has banned books about slavery? Because I keep hearing this, and I'm kind of starting to think it's like the propaganda thing again. I don't know anyone who's banned who's banned books about slavery. Because there was the thing about the book ban going on, but like the books that I saw that everyone was up in arms about was like adult-child relationships. And you want me to be honest with you? No, that shouldn't be in a school library. Sorry, like it's no one's like. It's not the 90s where 1984 is getting banned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like Uncle Tom's Cabin
is
being fucking thrown
To
out.
Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, dude. Although I've heard like left-wing places want to get rid of To Kill a Mockingbird, man.
Because of the N-word?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that. It's ignore everything else the book is about and just that one thing.
Dude, the funniest thing about The Killing Mockingbird is like where
is what?
Funny, like the most interesting part I think about in that book. Have you read that book? Did you have to read it in school? I'm sure. Yeah.
I've seen the movie too.
So I think I don't know if it's like a Nebraska wide requirement to have to read that in high school, but like I think the most interesting part of that is when the white people are like condemning the Nazis, being like, we would never do that to our own people.
Yeah. No,
and it's like in the middle of the 40s when they're like, fuck it.
Yeah. No, literally, like it's funny to but that book was fucking real, dude. That and
it's a reason
it's
why
left
it's considered an American classic. You know,
it's left. It's all it. Anyone that wants to ban To Kill a Mockingbird, it's almost exclusively from the left because of one word in the entire fucking book. Ignore everything else the book was about. Yeah, that's the ultimate power in reading class. Ignore everything else the book was about, but just that one word, we shouldn't do it. Yeah, ignore the context and Anyway, soapbox. Here we go.
During a class in school, let's not teach them about reproductive health and the fact that other humans are different from them, but let's give them fucking guns in school.
Yeah.
They probably are doing all that too.
They're doing all
They're doing all of that, you fucking idiot. What do you think? They just have one class period of day?
It's only gym.
It's only gym where they're shooting. They're lining Jews up against the wall and shooting them. They're learning about the Holocaust. As if they don't fucking learn about the Holocaust and slavery and fucking cereal boxes.
This is during the winter, man. In the summer months, they go out and they practice their whipping skills. Okay,
yeah,
so
dude.
it's like...
and they're told by the fucking headmaster that slavery never happened.
Yep, slavery never happened, kids. The only class, dude. Imagine if a school's only class was gym. Like, I bet they'd turn out some great athletes, though.
Yeah, dude, you imagine?
That's all they do.
Fucking whipping everybody into shape instead of learning, dude.
7 hours of gym class for 5 days a week.
Less fat kids running around, man.
You know, yeah, that
that'd
might
certainly
be.
be dumber. There's certainly be a lot less literacy. That's for sure.
Yeah. Here we go.
Let's completely avoid the conversations of the absolutely horrific things that humans have done to one another to make it so that we don't fucking repeat things. But let's give them guns in school.
I don't understand.
Let's make sure that they don't fucking shoot themselves in the foot if they exercise legal rights to own a firearm.
Right. Like, number one, they're in a gymnasium. My guess is these are not actual live weapons.
My guess too is if they're giving them ammo, like somebody's losing their fucking job. There's no way they have ammo inside. Dude.
I mean, just look at the optics of this picture. This is from one out of bounds line on a basketball court to another. If they're really
not only that, but those kids' shooting forms is atrocious.
Oh, that's why they need to practice. That's why they canceled reproductive math class so they could do guns. But no, I mean, look at this. Let's look at the optic or just the fucking logistics of this. These are clearly not actual guns. If they are, they're not loaded, and they're just teaching them stances.
They're probably actual. You know, they might be actual guns, but like you said, there's no way they're loaded.
No,
man.
They would never let them load these.
No way.
And I see what
you know what the thing is about pro gun people is that they really know a lot about gun safety. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, what makes me think it's not an actual gun is that if you look at on the left picture, it looks like a target down there. So I almost wonder if these are like BB guns, and they're just teaching these kids respect for a weapon and how to aim one. So
yeah, maybe.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, but you might be.
Teaches a responsibility in a way around a weapon. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
This is what's fucking wrong.
This is what.
He just said the perfect counter argument to it. Listen.
Fuck you.
No.
Are you out of your fucking minds? Well, it teaches a responsibility in a way around a weapon.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I mean, that's how you prevent pretty much 99% of accidental gun fatalities. You know,
right?
What I mean?
Right. Like, you know, you hear these people talk like these are the first ones that'll be like anytime a kid picks a gun up and shoots his little brother on accident because he thinks it's a toy. This is why we got to get rid of him.
What's that fucking liberal scream? I hate fucking using that term, but the lib scream meme thing.
No,
you know what I'm talking about? The guy like not the one from the Bush or when
it's from the Trump. Oh
no, not that one.
Soy
not
Jack?
the kid.
Soy Jack.
Yeah, maybe the soy. I don't know. I see so many of them online.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about though.
The fucking guy with the glasses.
Yeah, that's shit. Soy Jack. Yeah.
Fucking this one. I don't know if I can share. Can you share my screen too, or no? I'll just send it to you on Facebook, and then you just can share your screen on there. This one, dude.
Hold on, let me see. 1 sec here. I'll pull them up here.
No, this one.
Which one?
It's this one. It's literally that guy right there.
Yep, that's the one. Here, I'll share the screen I'll share the screen real quick. Here we go. I'll pull it up. Chrome tab.
Maybe have to.
Yep. No, we're good. This one right here.
This guy right there.
Yep. Hopefully, I don't have like my bank account on Facebook that people just saw. But
we'll have to figure out a way to like share images like that.
Yeah, I think there's a way to. We'll figure it out though.
For our podcast listeners, it's the one where like it's the guy with the glasses and like the shitty skinny
beard,
like,
and he's
really
screaming.
Thin beard. Yeah, and he's like got his mouth open really, really wide, and he's screaming and crying like. That's that guy.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you fucking kidding me?
Well, I mean, these are the people that'll use it as an excuse to ban guns anytime a kid. But then at the same time, you have a fucking meltdown like a petulant child because they're teaching someone's actually taking it upon themselves to, like, I think it should be required in every school.
Well, you know what that probably was too? It was probably like an elective thing that they could do.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Probably after school.
Well, he said it supposedly wasn't after school, but maybe it was like a thing that they could do during like recess or some shit that they were offering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like prior to what these people think that there are like kids that go and do like hunter safety and stuff like that, on their own, so they can like and part of hunter safety, you know, is like learning that.
Right. Yeah.
So like maybe the school set up like a hunter safety thing for kids that wanted to do it during recess or some shit. For 2 weeks.
Maybe not hunter safety, but I think that every school should have firearm safety. I'm not saying you don't even have to have real weapons. You can get the red guns that they use for training. I mean, dude, bottom line, you can. That's what
I'm saying though. It's like you could take a picture of somebody doing something like that, which would, you know what I mean? I would find you hard pressed, regardless of your opinion about guns, to not think it would be fine to let kids do like a public like hunter safety thing for 2 weeks at school, you know what I mean? Especially in like a real rural community like that. How easy would it be to take a picture of that, make a posting on social media being like, they're forcing these kids to learn how to use guns to be soldiers, you know what I mean? Like, and every fucking retard out there would fucking believe it, you know what I mean?
No, but exactly. But like I said, I think you can campaign against guns, you can hate guns, you can protest, whatever. At the end of the day, there's 450 million in this country that we know of. Okay? There's a solid chance your child is going to come across one. Do you want them to know what to do with it and have the respect for it and know, hey, this thing is dangerous, I could actually kill somebody with it? Or do you want them to just go play with it and shoot their friend?
You remember how he worded it? He's like, they're giving them guns. It's like, yeah, dude, they're just issuing
like child soldiers in the Congo.
They're just giving them weapons, dude. Yeah, they just fucking gave those. Those are their guns now, dude, and it's on your dollar. It's on the taxpayer dollar.
Yep. All right. So I mean, that guy seems too unstable to have a gun, personally. But you know.
That guy would probably shoot himself in the leg, dude, when he's drawing from his holster.
He didn't even know how to load a gun. All right, next dipshit, and this one is let's see. This one we're gonna have to read because it's not an audio, but it's just a toxic message.
Let me read it.
This is a 2-part thing. I'll just play it. When you were trying to make your ex break up with you on your trip to Vegas, he texted you, "We're done." When you didn't respond to him all day, wait, hold on. And when you agreed to break up, he texts you back, "Wait, no, I love you, Marissa. Can we work this out?" So this is her, and there's a part 2 to this. Okay,
we might need to mute it so the music, so we don't get copyright stricken because it's over 15.
Yeah,
I love you, Marissa.
Yeah, no. So that was. Well, that was dumb. Sorry.
Caleb, stop the fucking recording.
I stopped the recording.
We got attacked by Russians, dude.
We were hacked by Gene Stothert and the Russians.
Gene Stothert is a Russian puppet mayor,
Russian asset.
That's why she put all the fucking protesters in prison during the fucking Black Lives Matter protests.
That's it. So, okay, we'll just get right back to our friend Digital Princess here. I'm going to share another. This is a 2-part thing. Like, that's just toxic. Obviously, I broke up. I'm a grown adult woman who broke up with a man by just not replying to his text messages. Obviously, she's a retard. Here's where the story gets better. I'm going to share this real quick.
Oh God!
TikTok star Digital Princess arrested. Allegedly left child alone outside. Oh shit. This influencer with millions of followers is in hot water with the law after being
charged with child neglect. That's how they fucking word it.
Yep. TikTok star Melissa Cloutier, I don't know, who was also has an OnlyFans account. Big surprise there. I would have been surprised if she didn't have an OnlyFans account.
Imagine if a fucking dude, like a male TikToker, was in trouble for like fucking being a child predator and was like, it's male TikTok star, blah blah blah, is in hot water.
She didn't. I don't want to get sued. She didn't fuck a kid.
You know,
she just neglected him.
Imagine that though. Like a male guy is in hot water for beating his girlfriend.
Right? Yeah. Arrested and charged. She's also a Twitch streamer and on Pornhub apparently. Arrested and charged with child neglect on August 25th after neighbors found her 5-year-old son crying alone outside her Florida home. Officers went inside the 24-year-old's home and called her cell phone after finding the number on a form. She initially told the officer she just made a quick trip to 7-Eleven to buy laundry detergent after putting her son to sleep, with no family nearby to watch him.
But damn, dude.
When she returned to her apartment, she had no receipt for a half-empty detergent container and was wearing a black mini dress, full makeup, which police wrote they found not conducive to a late night run to a convenience store. So yeah, she admitted she'd made a mistake, and then it gets better. It gets better. She issued an apology video explaining her side of the story. But in order to see the video, you have to subscribe to her OnlyFans account.
Hell yeah, dude. Imagine if everybody who gets canceled should do that. That'd be such a great way to make money off
I'm
of
gonna apologize,
dipshits, man.
But it's gonna be $5.
But it's gonna cost. You're gonna get apologized to. What it's gonna cost you?
Yeah, you want me to apologize? Well, you know what you gotta do.
How about a tree fitty?
Credit card, we take Visa, MasterCard, American Express. You know how this goes.
But no Amex. What are we, fucking animals here?
I'm working on getting that approved. So, all right, here's the last one. And I was disappointed because I heard it on Steven Crowder's show this morning, but it's still.
Oh God, you're admitting to watching Steven Crowder. Everybody's going to say we're a bunch of fucking right-wing Nazis.
I will say, Steven Crowder is more like a crash course in how to run a show. Like I watch Steven Crowder's show, not because I agree or I agree with some of what he says. I disagree with some of what he says. The man runs a good fucking show. And it's almost like what you want to be a great basketball player. You watch other basketball players and study their form. They know how to run a show. So like, I almost watch that to study it. But
it's interesting. I watch Steven Crowder too sometimes too. Like I'm not married,
Alex Jones. I watch because I agree with everything he says. So,
I mean, I'm like that. I'm not married to anybody on the internet. You know what I mean? I'll watch Ben Shapiro sometimes too if he's talking about something.
Take everything everyone says with the biggest grain of salt because they all just want to make money off you. You know, that's the end game. Whether they may believe what they're saying, but they want to make money off of you.
Except ABC News, dude. They just are giving you nothing but the truth.
And CNN. And CNN.
All time. Yeah, Wolf Blitzer all day, every day. Anderson Cooper all day, every day. Truth.
All right, last one here. All right, I got this one's a fucking moron, man. This will make you doubt the public school system.
You didn't say that about the other people, so like
this one I'm gonna tell you, I may have saved the best for last.
You're like giving us a warning about it, like, yes. Oh man, this one's a real dumbass.
This is a moron. Hold on one sec. Okay, here we go.
Had a walkout today, and this little girl had said this.
I am so glad that
pause it. Oh, is she wearing an Eagles hat? What is she wearing?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay, you can continue. I just wanted to. It's clearly an NFL hat or something.
Yeah, give me just one sec. Yeah, it's something. Here we go.
This little white.
Martin Luther King, the first black. I am so glad that years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King, the first black man, ended slavery. Because if not, people would be whipped every day for
Bro, everybody's like, girl, shut up. Oh my God, hell yeah, dude. You know what that is to me? That girl doing that and like talking about Martin Luther King when she clearly has no idea what the fuck she's talking about is what happens when I see civilian fucking people on the news talking about the war in Ukraine, bro. Yep. That's like the same shit that I fucking think.
So that one comes from us or to us from Sakani99, and I want to make it clear, Sakani was not the one talking in that show. She just in that one she recorded it. She captured that work of art.
A real queen. Is it a girl? Can you tell on her profile?
Yeah, she deleted her profile, but it was a girl. Yeah,
she's a real queen for that one. Thank you for that.
I think she got a little too much attention. Dude, think about it, man.
Imagine they thought she was. Everybody was like, because I mean, it's TikTok. Everybody on there's fucking an idiot. So
can we send? It was a school walkout. Like, can we send her back to school? She thinks Martin Luther King was the first black man. Like
to end slavery.
So he was the first black man. Who did he end slavery for? Himself? Like he was the only slave?
I took it as she's saying he was the first black man to end slavery. That's
whatever it was wrong. You can look at it 6 different ways and it's wrong.
Like talk about Martin Luther King in first grade. Like
Yeah. So yeah, it's
that one's pretty bad, man. Although
yeah.
I will say that is clearly like somebody who's 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like kids being stupid and adults being stupid are like pretty. I'm going with number 2 for the winner, man. Like that bitch left her
digital princess girl.
Dude, she left her fucking kid at home, and
that's true. That's so. I guess are we looking at it as like, is it just the content of the video itself, or is it the entire essence of the person?
I think it's like the entire story of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you got to look at the context of that. It's like, yes, that's stupid, but kids say stupid shit all the time. When I was in high
How hard
school,
can we be on a kid?
When I was in high school, there was people that didn't even know that like the difference, like who we were fighting in World War II. You know what I mean? Like they were like, oh, we were fighting Germany and fucking Russia, and I think fucking Saddam Hussein. Yeah,
and Mahatma Gandhi, the first Chinese general. Rose from
So I mean, like, yeah, kids say dumb shit all the time. So that's dumb, but that's kid dumb. Like the other two were like adults, like fucking pay taxes. I hope you know what I mean, like being stupid.
Yeah.
So
you know what, you made my point. You made your point. I agree. I think it's our friend Digital Princess.
Number 2 committed a crime. The other 2 were just being dumb. Like she actually like endangered a fucking child. You know what I mean?
and then is clearly an adult child.
There's fucking monkeys and gorillas that take care of their children better than fucking her. She did. You know
she's just, dude. I don't even know if she's just a piece of shit. Like, hey, I committed a horrible crime. Yeah, like you said, literally animals take better care of their children than I do. Subscribe to my OnlyFans if you want to see my apology. Yeah,
that's either really dumb or like the biggest Chad move ever, dude. It's pretty good. That part makes me laugh.
Well, we got to wrap it up because I got one more show I got to do tonight. We just did like an hour. It was a good show.
Just plug you and Dre's show, man.
Yeah, Mental Misdeeds with Caleb and Dre every Tuesday live at 9 p.m. Central Time. Come check us out. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Odysee, Spotify, Anchor. You know where to fucking get it everywhere. Bread and Circuses is on Rumble and Odysee now as well. Go watch us there. We can actually make money off the videos. We don't get fucked by the YouTube algorithm. March 19th, I will be at Wired Pub for Harmful Content Comedy, 9 p.m. March 26th, we got the Detox Sober Lounge Championship I'm running. April 8th, I will be in April 8th or 9th. April 9th. April 8th is Kid Rock. April 9th, I will be in North Platte. North Platte? Yeah, no. Yeah, North Platte. I can't even remember. North Platte, Nebraska. I'll be emceeing the State Libertarian Convention there, and then I'll be doing a show there that night. What else? I know I got, April 19th, I think it is. April 19th or 20th, I've got a show at Wired Pub. It'll be Harmful Content again. And then
the real Chad libertarian takes on with this fucking stuff going on in Ukraine.
Yeah. Dude. Oh, don't worry, dude. I'll go live with some of them. And then, I think it's April 19th, actually. And then I'll be in Emporia, Kansas, early May, late April. I'm working on a date for that tomorrow. But yeah, busy coming up here. So
if you're one of our El Paso listeners, I'll be bowling with my fucking student organization that I help run.
Yes.
I've been busy, man. I'm
Yep.
the VP of one of my student orgs, doing that. And so I'm keeping busy. Actually signed up to do an open mic for next week through UTEP.
Fuck
actually.
Yeah.
So we'll hopefully for that. That'll be fun, man.
Yeah.
So that's
all right, sounds good, man.
Deuces, y'all. Thanks for listening.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. This Friday, I will be in Kiev, Ukraine, doing a show there because the coward Louis C.K. canceled his show. So I'll see you then.
Wow, cancel Louis C.K.'s
cancel
all of his
Louis.
shows,
Yeah,
dude.
pussy. Guy can fucking jerk off, but in front of women, but he can't take a couple of
jerk off in front of some Russian troops, dude. What are you, fucking sexist?
What a bitch. All right. Peace the fuck out, y'all.
Deuces, y'all.